Here we are, leaving Alloa. Just done a couple of things. I suppose I'm heading home now. Heading home. So we'll go this way through Sauchie. So yeah, I was talking. This is the third video. No, it's not the third. I've had loads of videos today. I've been talking about people and humanity and stuff, and how to deal with people. And after 56 years, I have decided just to ignore them is the best option. See, like a lot of people would maybe know that naturally. You know, like naturally ignore people. So I had to learn it. So I didn't have a exclusion zone around my head. So the way I was trained, we could call it trained as in brought up, nurtured by my parents. I wasn't able to keep out negative forces. Which is a vicious circle, of course, because, you know, negative forces, if they hit the target, you know, then I think it's quite, I find it difficult to articulate where I am and who I am, but I think when your parents die, well, from my point of view, when they died, it changed things a lot. I mean, I don't know about other people's situation, so I wouldn't want to comment on their situation, but I mean, you could lose your parents when you're young, you know, of course, but in my situation, well, my parents were late in having me, so, you know, they were heading towards 40 when they had me, so that's late. But no, it's not late now, you know, because of women are finding that they need to have careers, so then perhaps not having children, same as what they did. I was looking out at the zebra crossing. Yeah, so yeah. So what the hell am I talking about? I don't know. I'm just waffling. The guy in that shop, he's jeez, right. So the first thing he says, "Oh, I hope you don't have too much." So this is like the difference between an employee and like self-employed person, or you could also look at it in personality profiles. You've got like D's that run the world. So like C's, they just sit around. So you go in a shop that buys something, right? And that's what their purpose is. And he says he hopes I don't have too much. And that's because there's nothing in it for him. You know, because he's got a bad back, right? So he has got. I mean, I've had a bad back for years. You know, I got it working. Yeah, I got it working in the roofing industry. I destroyed my back. Well, destroyed. I mean, I didn't destroy it. I'm still like. So this guy, like, so I didn't actually have a massive amount, but quite a bit. It was like 10 boxes. So their limit is like 30 kilos. What am I talking about? 30 kilograms. So I was like not even anywhere near their limit. You know? And it's like, oh. But yeah, like, so there's an example there. So I didn't challenge him, I just like, I said, oh, it's no problem, you know, I would do the lifting, you know, or whatever. because I left him out the car. So I would say useless twat, really. Oh, for fucking fuck. Oh, bollocks. The road's shut. I'm going to go this way, or I could have went back the way I came. Oh, bollocks. Well, that was annoying. And the thing is, this road generally, potentially, could be worse. You know? I mean, so they've diverted us to someone that's even flooded even worse. So really, it's like, I've always been the type that just gets on with things, and, you know, I can't help, you know, I can't really cope with that sort of attitude. I mean, you're in a shop, you've got somebody coming in with stuff that your shop takes, and you're trying to say that you don't want them to have too much. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you? You know? You should say, look, I hope you've got too much, because that'll keep the shop open. And that's how one of the shops that they've got, they did have shut, because they didn't want people to come in. So generally, like, it's like attitude from young males. Oh, it's terrible. At the end of the day, sadly, that attitude's not going to work very well for them. Sadly. But what can I do about it? It's not my business. I mean, I'm at the end of the, getting towards the end of the, you know, time scale thing. I'm at the end. Not at the end, but, you know, another 30 years time I'll be dead. More than likely. Could be today. There's quite a lot of flood in here. It'd be pretty cool to take a photograph of that actually, but there's nowhere to stop. There's people driving like fannies for no reason, you know. There's no water here, apart from the rainwater. There's no floods here. We're driving at 23 miles per hour. You know, it's like you're not in the town. So what we're going to do when we go in the town if you do 23 out in the main road? What I could do here is turn left. So it was a bit of a mistake coming that way, yep. Definitely. I think the reason I don't confront people is because I have bad memories of confrontation. You know, it never worked for me in the past. I get anxiety over it. I'm not actually. I might appear to be confident, but I'm not that confident. I can be very assertive and confident, but I'm not actually inside. I'm empty. You know, there's not much going on in there. I don't have the courage of my convictions or anything really. So that's why I don't really. I think that's the truth of it. Really, it's just the way it is for me. I could have said to that guy, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, you know, he's doing a job. Then he's just going to fall out of me. And then, what also you don't really want to go complaining to bosses and things, and you know that people are forever going to know that it was you, you know. So you can't do that. I used to come here at Alva when I did the care job, and just look at that view of that hill. I was going to say it's grim. I was going to say it's grim. You got people driving like fannies all the time. That's why I gave up the care job. One of the reasons is because when I was doing it during the lockdown, I was able to drive like a maniac. Like they were giving me like 36 people a day to see. And this is the thing that annoys me about this 20 mile an hour limit. It's just slowing things down. Make no mistake, it's actually slowing things down. You say, oh well, it doesn't really. Yes, it does. And this isn't London. This is Alva. So we're supposed to do 30 mile an hour, which is too slow, and we should be doing 30. So you're a carer. So where the fuck are you? You're late. Oh well, I had to do 20 mile an hour. Oh, that's not my problem. Oh great. Well, that's why I don't do the job. get somebody else to do it. But then the government doesn't give a shit about old people anyway, do they? They could not give a monkeys about it. So this is a bit of a detour today, sadly. I would actually been better going over to South Alva if I'd known that road was shut. Yeah. But does it make a lot of difference? Oh, not particularly. So I could turn left up here and go to the top end roundabout at Tullibody. I could go through Main Street and go like past where my grandparents are buried. My grandparents who I never met. Dead before I was born. Killed through cancer. And was it environmental? Probably. My grandfather was an engine fireman, and in them days everybody smoked. It was Woodbines. I don't know what was in Woodbines. But there was a thing about, at that time they were making a lot of money from, tobacco. So it's kind of similar to what they're doing now with the climate crisis. So-called climate crisis is that there's big money in it. There's big money, so if you step out and argue about that, you could land up trouble. So the smoking thing was the comparison I'm making was that you turn around and say smoking's not bad for your health, it's good for you, it's healthy, and it's not, so obviously it wasn't so much. I used to think it was just the smoke that went in your lungs that damaged you, which it technically is, but it damages all your organs, poisons your body. But that said, so then, like I was going to say men working in industry, a lot of dangerous chemicals and stuff. Women, they had to stay home and look after parents. Even in the home, there was things that could kill you. Obviously women did work, but not as much as men did. It was the men that went down the pits and stuff. So, hope you liked that little detour. So, it was pretty bad. I don't know where the flooding is. There's obviously flooding on that road to the left. I'm going home for my dinner now, is what I'm doing. So it is quite tricky dealing with people. Oh look, it says road closed. See, if I'd came up here to this roundabout to go into Tullibody this morning, I would have seen that sign. And I would have known not to go that way. But I didn't, because I'm a fanny. Or a wally. Or whatever the fuck. An idiot. So, here we are. You can see, well, I suppose it's been a nice wee drive, you could look at it that way. So, there's two things I've done today. I genuinely think that people are mad. So, you try to avoid trouble in your life, is how you go about it. And I've got more options now than what you would have if you're younger than me, which going by the demographics of people that listen to my videos, most of them seem to be younger than me, so I'm older, so see these automatic wipers, they go nuts. Like, it's not raining that badly. and it's like, so I have to turn them off. It's like, Jesus, you know. Don't bother with any indicators. Oh, I'm doing the same. No, indicate. You know, it's like automatic wiper activated. So now it's going nuts. So if I don't use this car, this is a big car, if I don't use it, the battery goes flat. And it was just like on the cusp this morning. It went boom. There's quite a lot of flooding down here, and there's like a farm. It's got a lot of water. They'll be used to that, won't they? They'll be used to it. They'll know that's going to happen. They'll know it, and they'll know it. I think it was it down there? Aye, it's down there, it's all flooded, down that farm. So the postie won't be able to go there. Well, maybe would with their electric vans. See, the thing with these electric vans and cars is, oh yes, they'll go through floods, but do you know? I'm just not. I'm very, very, very untrusting of electric vehicles. I think they're a really bad idea. It's a scam. It's taken away freedom from the people to get around. They don't work. They cost too much. They cost too much to run. Remember, you've got to replace the batteries. Is it every 3 years, every 4 years, every 5 years? So if you don't do it, every the 6th, 7th year, your range is going to be crap. It's just like you need to be mad to say no. Say no to the globalists. We don't want to drive your electric cars. We want to drive cars that we can afford to drive. And we need to fight. Not that. See, it's got road ahead closed, right? Like in there. So how do you know what road it is? Ugh. It's the one straight ahead, I mean, I know that. But look at this, it's busy here. T29 cap, pretty good number plate. I suppose getting out and about the day, we've seen a bit of the floods and stuff, you know. So I got to use my new air fryer this morning. Well, new to me air fryer. So yeah, you can chop bacon in it. Very, very handy thing. So it's handy because, why is it so handy? Well, you don't really need oil, I suppose that's why it's handy. I mean, the grill doesn't need oil, but the grill, I always think grills always get really manky very quickly, don't they? Like grills, and if you don't clean them, you could actually technically set fire to your house. You know? Okay then, so there we go. I can't even remember what I was talking about. I'm going to go home for some dinner. It's pretty busy today. I think my friend's coming in later, so we'll see. I'll have to watch not running at the back end here. Pers has got quite a nasty rust stain on the bumper, coming through that little rust spot in the tailgate. 59 plate Peugeot. Oh, that would do. You could just rub that off, but I mean, a lot of people don't care about what their car looks like, I suppose. And so, dealing with humans. Sadly, we have to. Oh, look! Somebody must have crashed into that sign for sale. Yeah, right. There's police tape all around the sign. So it's like, yeah. Maybe they really are genuinely interested in buying that plot of land. Then we got too hard with that clutch again. Get used to the car. No, it's a 6-speed gearbox as well, which if you're just driving around here, it doesn't need 6-speed gearbox. 5 speeds easier. Probably if you're on the motorway. You gotta ask yourself why I bought this car actually, because the other car is actually more suitable. The little blue car, the C3, C4 Grand Picasso. So yeah, so what I was talking about was toxic shame and toxic families, toxic upbringings. I believe I had a toxic upbringing, and that damaged my mind when I was young, which therefore meant that I could not function as a fully healthy adult male. That I think that's pretty much the reality of the trans thing. But I will be careful not to talk about it because I could get banned or like into trouble. Say then that was deemed offensive, but generally I sort of believe in the biological thing, you know, that I would be here now filming if I wasn't away out and about, you know. There's a council coming up my the inside. Clackmannan Council. I think he lives up there in Newmarket. You know what I mean, council. And we're doing 26, 24. It says 31 in the car. Well, it's going dead slow now. There's a big watery puddle down here. Well, yeah, so what happened to me was my identity was fucked. I didn't know who I was, and it was all in my mind. Yeah, it was all in my mind, and that it's caused so much pain and grief and suffering. Not just with me, but like with my children. But what can I do? And the positive side is I'm leading a reasonably good life. So you know, I'm trying to get out, recover from being in that with that family that I was brought up with. Try to regain my mental health, and to try and stay away from the negative side. And I've actually we've drifted away, and they're still together, and I'm separate from it. And it's probably the best. It's pretty sad, but it's the best. You know, you have to look after your mind and yourself. So I really do not want to get involved in nonsense with people. They start telling lies or not being truthful, or being untruthful. I don't want to be involved with it. There has to be a relative sense of truthfulness. You know, like you can't just say whatever you fucking think. It's like it doesn't work like that. Life's not like that. You know. As I say, you can't really go into water fast with modern cars or modern vans. They just don't like it. It's too many electrics. It's too expensive to fix. But that puddle there's not deep enough to really cause any major harm. Right, okay, I think I better get going now. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.